Hey, what's up? Come with me for another story time. So, Keisha, the name of this story is Keisha and Wheelchair Willie. Keisha met Wheelchair Willie when she was coming out of a situationship. Keisha and Wheelchair Willie started talking, met off a dating app. And, Wheelchair Willie had told Keisha that he had a situation going on. And Keisha like, well, I'm just coming out of this situation. So they began to talk. And the first conversation they had, Keisha didn't talk to Wheelchair Willie for 2 months. 2 months passed. They end up talking again. And they start talking on a consistent basis. And she like, dang, he not so bad afterwards. So they talked for a long time, for at least about another month. Keisha went and met Wheelchair Willie. And Wheelchair Willie was staying at his mama's house. And Keisha was a little skeptical because she had her own place. So she going to go see a man that stayed in the room at his mama's house. And, it was just something. It was something about it, but it was exciting because, she didn't have no excitement in her life. So, Keisha and Wheelchair Willie continued to talk. Somehow or another, Wheelchair Willie ended up getting some money. And he got a lot of money. So, Keisha started being in like with Wheelchair Willie a lot more than what she had planned to. But he was just giving her whatever she wanted, buying her this, buying her that. So Keisha asked Wheelchair Willie to buy his mama something to eat because his mama was working midnights, getting off work, taking care of Wheelchair Willie, or taking him to his doctor's appointments and pushing his big ass around. And he didn't buy her nothing to eat. Keisha also noticed that Wheelchair Willie was staying in that house but didn't want to contribute nothing to that house. No toilet paper, no soap, no paper towel, no money on a DTE bill, no money on the gas bill, no money on no bills. And as the time approaching, Keisha found out she's pregnant. And this is around the holiday time. Keisha found out that she's pregnant. And, she's scared to death because she didn't want no baby by Wheelchair Willie. But by the time Keisha really found out she was pregnant, she was too far along. So Willie called his sister to tell his sister that I was pregnant so I wouldn't get an abortion. And she was trying to talk me out of it, but my mind was still made up on getting an abortion because I didn't want that baby with Wheelchair Willie. So I ended up going to talk to my bishop about it. And I talked to my bishop and Zaya's... I talked to my bishop about it, and I ended up walking out feeling a lot better and just accepting the fact that I'm going to be a new mother. Wheelchair Willie begged her to keep the baby. He wanted a fresh start, this and that. So it was around Christmas time, and Willie still had a bunch of money. And Keisha wanted Willie to get all his kids together and just see him with all his kids. So I initiated him asking his first baby mama to come to Detroit. She said he would. She would get the plane ticket, do this and do that. But somehow or another, it didn't happen that way. And I wasn't mad. I said, well, let's just send the kids something for Christmas. Whatever you spend on the kids, I'll match you. Wheelchair Willie gave Keisha $300. And Keisha made Wheelchair Willie give her more than that, but she matched him whatever he gave. And we were able to buy the kids some stuff, and it didn't seem like it was enough because of the amount of money he had. So I was trying to get him to call his baby mama so we can talk, and I wanted to see what more could we send, what more did they like, this and that. But the conversation turned left, and he was trying to use us against each other and make us feel some kind of way. And this was all Wheelchair Willie's doing. So Keisha sat there and she saw everything. Keisha saw that Wheelchair Willie bought everybody a Christmas gift, did this for everybody. But Wheelchair Willie never bought his parents a gift, never gave them a dime. He was sitting there eating the food, cooking the food, playing the video games with the laptop plugged up, this running all day, all night. So Keisha stopped everything because she realized if Wheelchair Willie is treating his mama like that, she can only imagine how he's going to treat her. So Keisha tells Wheelchair Willie, hey, we need to stop talking and just focus on being better parents and a baby coming. Wheelchair Willie got mad. He got angry. He didn't want to do anything pertaining the baby because Keisha was not with Wheelchair Willie. He was mad. He didn't really want to have no parts to a certain degree because Keisha didn't want to be in a relationship. So we still were talking because Keisha's still pregnant, early in her pregnancy. Wheelchair Willie done made it up in his mind that he was going to get him a dog. And they was going to move into Keisha's house. And Keisha was sitting there on the phone, looking at the phone because maybe she was talking to the wrong person. She said, well, who going to have a dog? Wheelchair Willie said me. Ain't nobody going to know my dog there when we move in. I said, you or your damn dog is moving in. So Keisha tells Willie him and his dog cannot come and stay at her residence at all. Willie gets mad. Willie catches an attitude. And now he just saying mean, bitter, and hateful shit. Keisha decided she needed to work 2 jobs because she had a baby coming and she wanted to make sure she had everything for her baby to come. Keisha worked 2 jobs for 9 months. Well, we're going to say Keisha worked 2 jobs for 8 months. By the time Keisha had the baby, Keisha was talking to a guy that stopped talking to her because he got in a relationship and it didn't work out. So Keisha and him started talking again. And Keisha would let him rub on her belly and all this because deep down inside, Keisha was supposed to have a baby by him. But it didn't happen in that way, and she ended up having a baby by Wheelchair Willie. But she really wanted to have a baby by him. So they were just talking, and, he'd rub her belly and touch her, and Keisha would send pictures of her and the belly and this and that. So when Keisha had the baby, she allowed him to come up there. Wheelchair Willie didn't see his daughter until the next day, but Keisha Lover was there to see the baby. So Keisha and Wheelchair Willie gets into a fight at the hospital. And now Wheelchair Willie had to leave because they done got into a fight. Keisha Lover had to come and put Wheelchair Willie out the hospital because her lover also worked at the same place where she worked. They both worked at the hospital. So Wheelchair Willie got an attitude. Keisha got an attitude because she wanted this baby to be by somebody else. But it didn't happen. So Wheelchair Willie eventually finds out that Keisha has a lover. Keisha Lover knew about Wheelchair Willie, but Wheelchair Willie didn't know about her lover. So years went past, years went down. Keisha's lover was telling everybody that was his goddaughter. Because Keisha baby looked at just like her lover. Like, her daughter could have been her lover's child. So, Keisha lover fiance texts her and asks her who was she to her fiance. Keisha approaches her lover and he say, oh, that's just a woman proclaiming that we together. But her lover woman is pregnant as well. So Keisha finds out that he's been lying to her and the other woman, lying on her daughter, and this and that. So Keisha has to tell Wheelchair Willie what's going on. She has to fill Wheelchair Willie in. So now, Wheelchair Willie and Keisha lover, they are friends. They consider themselves twins. Keisha lover has been helping Wheelchair Willie with his kid for almost 4 years. Wheelchair Willie wasn't in a position to take care of his daughter for 2 years because he was locked up. So Keisha lover had to step up and take care of the baby. Now Wheelchair Willie is about to get out of jail. And guess what?